Hello, and welcome to the Ebenezer Maxwell Mansions YouTube channel. My name is Kate Howe, and I am the founder of Literary Parlor. We meet here once a month, but in 2020, we have been meeting virtually more on Zoom. I hope that you will join us at some point in the future for a book club. I wanted to tell you about the September choice that we are going to be reading. It is right on the cusp of the Victorian era, published in 1901, Queen Victoria's last year of reigning, but I say that it qualifies because it is still published in that year. We are going to be reading The Making of a Marchioness by Frances Hodgson Burnett. Frances Hodgson Burnett is a name that many people know and think of children's literature when they hear her name. But she had a really fascinating career where she published much adult literature, including one that I've heard good things about called The Shuttle. But the one that we are going to be reading for the book club in September is The Making of a Marchioness, which is a Cinderella retelling of sorts. I am a big lover of the fairy tale Cinderella. I love all that you can see in it, in all that it has to say on resilience and Cinderella's resilience. And so we're going to see that in Victorian form in The Making of a Marchioness. It is about a woman who is a maid and very poor and in a situation she does not like. And she ends up getting swept off her feet by an older, wealthy man. And that is all I know about the book, and that's all I want to know before reading it. I really look forward to discussing this with everyone. I think it's going to be a fascinating discussion about class and culture and women's roles in society in that time. And I think that Frances Hodgson Burnett herself is maybe pulling some bits from her life. She was in a pretty stable, happy household until her father died suddenly and left their family penniless. So her mother was beholden to many different people throughout the years to have, to help their family keep food on the table. She did for a little while live right on the edge of a huge estate and garden, and so she was able to play in the gardens. And then eventually, though, they moved to Manchester, and it was a really, really hard time for her to move from that really sort of almost magical feeling garden. As a child, I think there's this real wonder to nature and being outside in it. And then to Manchester, where she saw just atrocious poverty, children starving to death, really awful things for a child to see. And then eventually her family made their way to America, and she kind of went back and forth between America and Britain. So I think it will be interesting to see her take on poverty and struggling for money. She was a wealthy author in her time. She did have a house in Long Island, but sadly it burned down, so it can't be visited. But you can see her son's estate on the property. So I will link down below the link to get tickets to the September Literary Parlor to discuss Making of a Marchioness. I hope that you will join us. It's going to be virtual, and so hopefully easier to attend. And I will be back for another Literary Parlor to tell you about the next one and some fun things coming in October, when on my BookTube channel, I am one of the hosts of a readathon. We call it a readathon. That means you just celebrate a certain kind of literature, and we celebrate Victorian literature, and we call that month Victober. So I will also be putting some special videos in honor of Victober up on the Maxwell Mansions YouTube channel. Thank you for watching, and have a lovely day.